Hello everyone, welcome to this channel titled Banks Wants You to Know. I'm your guy, P. Banks the Banker. If you've taken the time to watch this video, it is because you are interested in learning about financial discipline and financial literacy from my personal perspective. And I thank you in advance for being here. If you want to know how I came up with the name, then I'll let you know. I'll tell you. So I'm a banker at heart. I love numbers, love the dealings of money. I spent over 10 years in the industry and have enjoyed the majority of all that entails. And get this, so my last name really is Banks. I got teased about it, of course, at my job, but hey, it's fine. It was all in good nature. Then also, I would read articles online about various things, and there would be these somewhat suspicious articles at the bottom of the page with headlines such as, credit card companies don't want you to know this. It seems like a fairly good article to read, but in the end, it kind of gets you tied into some clickbait, a spam, a virus, or just information that isn't helpful. So I'm turning this into a hopefully helpful resource for you all by giving the knowledge that I have to provide money success for others. In my years in the banking world, at a large credit union to be exact, I've seen and I've learned some things that I would like to pass on. Basically, I'm hoping for people to be more informed about the tips and even the tricks to handling money in a more mature manner. So in these videos, I will have at least 3 points that you can see on the board for each topic that I will discuss. So for this introductory video, there are 3 principles that I would like to focus on. I will call them the 3 B's. We have the basics, we have the biblical principles, and we have the balance. So I've noticed, starting with basics, I've noticed that there may be people out there who just want to know the basics. They may not even know the basics of money management. Maybe they didn't learn it early on in their lives. And that's what I'll be here doing. That's what I'm here for. I believe that we cannot get to the higher levels of anything without learning the basics or the fundamentals. So our money journey will consist of learning the simple, everyday things. These can be topics such as how to use a credit card, how to handle debt, how to save, budgeting, what to do once you receive a paycheck, and many other things. And I'm open to suggestions in the comments. So my next point is the most important one to me, which is applying biblical principles. I want to be able to show you what the Bible says about our finances, because there are plenty of verses, situations, and stories that we can apply to our own lives. So I will end each session with a brief explanation of a Bible verse that's on the bottom of the blackboard that relates to the topic that we are discussing. I do want to make it clear, very clear, that I'm not going to turn this into a prosperity gospel channel. No need to worry here. I believe that we all have to use wisdom from God and to do the work to achieve what we want out of our lives financially. So our next and last point is also important to me, to us, which is balance. There are other gurus, publications, and others that will tell people to completely cut out things altogether to achieve financial freedom or independence. But in my opinion, that can create more bondage, which is something that we should not allow our money to create for us. So I aim to show how we can balance getting our money right, being disciplined, while also enjoying the things that we like to do in our lives. So, for example, let's say that your expenses are fairly high, but you aspire to take a vacation later on that year. We can walk through how we can do both of those things this year or any year. The thing about balance to me is we have to plan our money moves before we spend the money, which means we just have to slow the things down a little bit, not be in a rush to kind of swipe the card, spend the money. It's been said that slow and steady wins the race. And I believe that fully, that it will take that to be fully disciplined and be able to use our money much better than we did before in the past. So as this platform grows, I do want to eventually hold one-on-one sessions or even group sessions to build relationships with you all and to give you all an in-depth financial counseling experience. I can inform you of all these plans at a later date, and I will have ways to kind of schedule these consultations once I get to that point. And I don't believe, I know these meetings will not be a one and done concept. I want to be able to have several meetings where we review progress, where we change strategy if possible, or we can encourage the small wins and the big wins. Also, I want to, speak at seminars, at schools and classes, and other similar venues. My ultimate goal will be to reach those who will need and appreciate the information, no matter if that happens to be a few people or if that's a whole bunch of people. I truly believe this content can be beneficial to someone, and I'm honored to finally present it to you all. So now, on to the verse of the session. I'll have these every day, as explained before. Today will be the bedrock, the foundation of all my content, which will be Deuteronomy chapter 28, 12 through 13. The Lord will open the heavens, the storehouse of his bounty, to send rain on your land in season, and to bless all the work of your hands. You will lend to many nations, but borrow from none. The Lord will make you the head and not the tail. If you pay attention to the commands of the Lord your God that I give you this day and carefully follow them, you will always be at the top, never at the bottom. I love that verse. So this instruction was given to the Israelites from Moses as he was given a final speech, a final sermon before his death, to encourage them, to inform them of the rewards of doing right, and also to warn them of the consequences of doing wrong against the Lord. So we can apply this to our life as well and to our finances today, because if we take the time to correct our behaviors and mistakes of the past while also seeking the Lord in our journey, then we can begin to see the fruits of our efforts. And thinking about this in terms of debt, the goal is to no longer be in bondage to money or worship money, but to be able to lend and contribute our resources to those who are less fortunate than us, and being in rightful control of the funds God allows us to have. That means just using it in the right way, being good stewards. So once again, I thank you for tuning in to this session of Banks Wants You to Know, where financial discipline equals financial success. And I hope you all have learned something new from me today. So for more financial information, please like, follow, or subscribe. I'm P. Banks, the banker, once again, and I will see you next time with something else I want you to know. Thank you.